Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications before starting the video. Enjoy watching Tale Talks 360. Before the world knew him as Sting, he was Gordon Sumner, a school teacher by day, a jazz musician by night in the smoky clubs of Newcastle, England. This was the mid-1970s, a time of grit and ambition. Gordon wasn't just playing music for fun. It was drive-in searching for a sound, a stage, something bigger than the familiar comfort of his hometown. He had a passion for the complex harmonies of jazz, honing his skills on the bass, but he knew his destiny lay beyond the local scene. The world was changing, and so was music. Gordon Sumner was ready to change with it. In 1977, he took a leap of faith and moved to the chaotic heart of a musical revolution. London, the city was buzzing with the raw, untamed energy of punk rock. It was loud, it was angry, and it was the complete opposite of the sophisticated jazz he loved. But in that chaos, he found a spark. He met an unconventional, high-energy American drummer named Stewart Copeland. Copeland had a vision, and he saw something in this intense bass player from the north. They needed a guitarist to complete the sound, and they found their man in the experienced and innovative Andy Summers, a musician a decade their senior, with a history in the psychedelic and progressive rock scenes. On paper, the ingredients were all wrong. A jazz-loving school teacher, a punk-influenced American drummer, and a veteran prog rock guitarist. What kind of band was this supposed to be? They called themselves the Police, and the chemistry was nothing short of electric. They didn't fit into any existing box, so they built their own. Their sound was a genre-defying explosion, a fusion that nobody saw coming. They blended the aggressive urgency of punk, the hypnotic, laid-back groove of reggae, and the complex, sophisticated musical structures of jazz. It was a sound that was both raw and intelligent, catchy and complex. Their breakthrough came from an unlikely source of inspiration. During a stay in Paris, Sting observed the city's red light district, and from that experience, a song was born. It was a raw, desperate plea from the streets. A song about a man falling for a woman named Roxanne. The label was initially hesitant, but the song's unique tango-inflected rhythm and Sting's high-pitched, passionate vocal performance were undeniable. Roxanne didn't just become a hit, it became an anthem. It launched them onto the global stage, announcing the arrival of a band that sounded like no other. The ascent that followed was breathtakingly fast. The world was hungry for the Police's unique sound, and they delivered. Their debut album, Outlandos d'Amor, was a critical and commercial success. What followed was a whirlwind of creation and performance. They toured relentlessly, their live shows becoming legendary for their energy and musicianship. Album after album, the hits kept coming, each one showcasing a new level of songwriting and production prowess. Message in a Bottle became an iconic anthem of loneliness and connection, its intricate guitar riff instantly recognizable. With albums like Regata de Blanc and Zenyatta Mandata, they conquered the charts. Songs like Walking on the Moon and Duan Stand So Close to Me demonstrated Sting's growing confidence as a songwriter, tackling themes of isolation and forbidden desire with a pop sensibility that was simply irresistible. Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic was a perfect, joyous pop song that further solidified their status as global superstars. With each album, the Police became smarter, tighter, and bigger. And at the heart of it all was Sting. As the primary songwriter, bassist, and frontman, his face became synonymous with this global phenomenon. By 1983, the Police had reached their absolute apex. They released the album that would define their legacy, Synchronicity. This was no longer just a collection of great pop rock songs. It was a masterpiece of musical tension, lyrical depth, and pristine pop perfection. The album was darker, more atmospheric, and deeply introspective, exploring complex psychological themes, and it contained their biggest hit, a song that would become one of the most famous in music history, Every Breath You Take. On the surface, it sounded like a beautiful, romantic ballad, but listen closer, and you'll hear something far more unsettling. It wasn't a love song, it was a haunting, obsessive anthem of surveillance and control. With its dark hypnotic bassline and Sting's chillingly calm delivery, the song topped charts all over the world. It was a testament to his ability to craft a song that was both massively popular and deeply misunderstood. With synchronicity and every breath you take, there was no argument. The Police were the biggest band on the planet. They sold out stadiums, their faces were on every magazine cover, and their music was everywhere. They had achieved everything a band could possibly dream of. But the very same creative tension that had fueled their brilliant music was now tearing them apart. The pressures of fame were immense. Three massive egos, each with a strong musical vision, were crammed into one creative space. The arguments, the creative differences, the sheer exhaustion from their relentless schedule, it all became too much to ignore. The camaraderie that once defined them had evaporated, replaced by a cold, professional distance. And so, at the absolute height of their fame, standing on top of the musical world, they did the unthinkable. After a monumental final concert at Shea Stadium in New York, the Police simply stopped. There was no dramatic public breakup, no farewell tour. They just walked away. The most successful band in the world had quietly dissolved, leaving millions of fans stunned and heartbroken. The Police was over. Gordon Sumner, the schoolteacher from Newcastle, had conquered the world as Sting. He had reached the summit, but now he faced his most difficult and daunting challenge yet. Who was he, alone? The next chapter of his musical journey would be a complete reinvention, a bold step out of the shadow of his own monumental success. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this look into Sting's early career, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss part 2, where we explore his incredible solo journey. See you next time.